Hello everybody, thank you again for joining me for yet another unboxing video. My name is Yannick Daigle and today we are unboxing the game recently republished by CMON Games, or CMON, by the name of Project Elite. So let's call it Project Elite 2.0. This was a Kickstarter launch and this is the all-in pledge except for the extra dice. I did not purchase the dice add-on packs, but you'll see all of the other pieces. In here, you've got the Terran Pledge, which includes Project Elite, or the republished version. It's also got Deathmaw Valley, Alien Allies, Alien Rescue, the Ammo Pack, R.O.O.K Team Extras, or R.O.O.K Team Extras, the Terran Box, Deathmaw Valley Extras, the Zombicide Invader Crossover, Alienship Rescue Extras, and the R.O.O.K Team, or R.O.O.K Team. So, let's have a look at what's inside. Again, very heavy box, nice and big. I think it was just about 30-40 pounds if I recall, but we'll actually see what's right inside here. Okay, so first on the top is a little extra. Looks like Alien Tech Contagion. So in here, I think it's just a set of cards. It must be one of the add-ons. Perhaps Kickstarter. Oh, Contagion Replacement Pack. So it says here, this pack contains replacement cards for the PEL KSO2 Alienship Extras. This must be a reprint due to a misprinting of cards that are in one of the expansions here. So great that they put that right off the bat. Would have been nicer if they caught it before even releasing the game, but always nice to at least get the fix right away. Okay, so in here, again, we've got, first let's have a look at the primary Project Elite box. So, good old CMON, again, very colorful. Let's look at the back here. Again, very impressive, very heavy if I could say anything about this. And let's just take the shrink right off. Let's make sure we don't stab anybody by accident. And toss the shrink on the ground here. Okay. Let's crack this open here. Again, just the lid. So very first on the top is the instruction booklet, or rule book. Very colorful, nice gloss, good quality. Again, what you would expect from CMON Games or CMON. Just shows you what's inside this particular, or the main game of the republishing. Sorry, let's get this in camera view here. And again, phases of the game, alien spawning phase, just some great stuff here right into the book. Again, all the extras, all the missions, and it's got all their, within that, then you've got the credits and the page. And always nice to have a very clear rule summary, which is great, always good for player referencing. Next item on the top, you've got the player boards. Again, really cool. Let's see. Oh, and it looks like there's tokens in here as well. Okay. Be careful not to nick the cardboard. Okay. And here again, Project Elite is a great game. It's a real-time player game. I had the first edition printing, but the minis weren't the greatest of quality. So I think I don't expect too much difference except for higher quality in the publishing. Again, CMON or CMON has a lot more experience in that department than the previous owners of the license. So here you've got the main board. Nice and big, it's 6 panels. And to put it in perspective here, we'll try to get it all on camera. Oops. Lots of, sorry, it might be easier to do it this way. Trying to get it, there we go. Okay, so there's the whole board. You can see, very nicely detailed, 6 panels, and nice colorful, all the arrows. Everything seems to be very indicative of and clear of how to set up and referenced in the manual. So again, really nice, good quality. And with that, we've also got, I apologize, we just had another brown out, but luckily everything that I'm running here is battery powered. So first set of punch, and I'm just going to grab the larger piece here, but punches out very easily, which is great. Second punch, and third punch panel. So again, great pieces everywhere. And then here as well, sorry about the alarm there, it's just the oven in my kitchen that's ringing off saying that there was a power failure. So my apologies for that. It should stop fairly soon as one of my kids put a stop to the alarm. Okay. Jeepers. Here's the minis that are gotten get them out. A little bit of a tight fit. So again, here, and what's great about this particular mini setup is they're actually telling you how to put it back into the box, which is great, and how to put them all back in the trays, including the punch card. So from what I understand, they've actually allowed room to put all the pieces back into here, which is fantastic. Now with that, again, the good old minis. Now, I think we'll have to cut the tape here for a sec. Okay, whoops, sorry about that. And so the very first tray of miniatures, they look pretty fantastic. It's always nice that they're all within their own holders and spots, so those of us who paint or want to be painters, you know, they're not going to get dinged around. And again, as previously stated, it's nice that they finally put in a tray. I think CMON does great production quality, but what I find has always been lacking is a spot to actually put everything back in the box once it's actually punched. So it's nice to see that they've actually allocated room to be able to put that all in. Again, very good quality, it seems, on everything. I'll take out a little bit of stuff here to be able to see it a little bit more closely. So with that, you got the good old colored cubes, nothing fancy. You know, they look a lot like the King of Tokyo cubes, at least in the first edition. You've got colored bases for the main monsters, or characters, I mean. And then let's take a peek at some of these miniatures, which is ultimately what everybody wants to see. And then we're just going to try to get this in focus here. And I don't think the camera's picking it up here. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can get it to go. There we go. Okay, and if you see that, whoops. One of the first player characters right there. And very nice detailed and quality. Next miniature from primary character. Again. Oops. Nice quality to the base and everything. Hopefully people can see that. Grab the next one here. And there we go. Okay. Next one. Whoops. Yeah, these look just fantastic as always. Would love to be able to actually be a decent painter. Maybe one day. More practice, I think, than anything. Again, very good quality. And there we go. Okay. And now we get to some of the main monsters. Pull these up here. Again, look fantastic. Oops, I gotta make sure I put them back in the right spot. This one's a little bit disgusting. That's a big tongue, actually. That's a little bit freakish. It would be very interesting to paint this one. And looks like a multi-tongue monster. Again, very nice quality again. Good old CMON. If there's one thing they do exceptionally well is minis. And compare it again to the original Project Elite, the quality in this is night and day. The previous version, they almost look like, you know, detailed blobs. You know, I think they, as a first-time publisher, the company did a good job, but you know, when CMON picked up the rights for this particular game, whoops, and had the chance to republish it, I think it really provided some key opportunity there to refresh this game, and I think really get into the hands of a lot more players, since the previous Project Elite was a bit of a hidden gem and went under the radar. Anybody that's even remotely interested in real-time games, this is definitely one of them that I would put at the top of the list. And so then, after the primary characters, you've got, sorry, they've moved around a little bit here. Some of the minis for the minions or the monsters. So I'm not going to show each single one, but individually that is, I'm just going to show each type as what you can see here. So again, great mini quality again for these minion monsters. Just fantastic. And then the next kind, again, hopefully you can see that. Just really great. And whoops, that's the same one. I think these other ones are these mutant dogs. Whatever these are. Whoops. Again, just great miniature quality. So there's a lot of each one of these. It looks like almost 20 of each of these types of minion miniatures that are part of that package. And then afterwards, let's have a look at the dice. So these are what seem to be sort of the action dice, and which is great, good quality. They're recessed, so again the print shouldn't rub off very easily. Rounded corners, which is always nice. I prefer rounded corners, roll a bit better, especially if you have a dice terror. And then you've also got these 6-sided dice here that are just numbered. You know, they're okay. I think they're great in the sense of the material, but I think they could have done a better job than just doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, especially in what seems to almost be you know, a typical or regular numeric font. I think it's a lost opportunity to just add a little bit to the theme with that particular dice set, especially when you compare it to these dice that are quite themed to the game itself. I know it's just a number of 1 to 6, but again, they could have put a little bit of better design in there than just straight regular numbers. You might as well just have you know, the regular dots on that you would see on a die. So let's just take a peek at some of these cards. Okay, and you'll see here these are the minions or the monsters, so those are the bidders that we saw just earlier on. And a whole stack. Then you got the runners, which are those ones that almost look like a mutant dog. Very clear. You can see that there's different stats for each one. The shooters, again referencing to the characters. And then the larger bosses are in this pack. These would be also weapons, tools. So nice quality. The font, these, you know, if you're taking a peek at this, very small. If you have, sorry, drop the card there, but the text on this is extremely small. I'm going to try to take the glare out, but you know, I don't wear glasses, but with the shine off the card, I would think for sure it could be difficult for some people to be able to read. Next deck here. Here you've got what seem to be search cards, right? So looking at the back, these are all search cards. And then you've also got some of the basic weapons, so to kick things off. So let's look at the opposite side. Again, some of the weapon cards. These are the starter ones, depending on the mission, obviously. And then, again, these are all weapons, sniper rifles, which is all pretty cool. And then additional items that you could find from searching. Stabilizers, power-ups, these are all for the weapons. And as you go and play each of the levels, these are items that you could find, or med packs, ammo packs, extra ammo packs, chargers, things like that, which is great, adds to the theme. And the next deck of cards. Now, the small cards would be sleeved with FFG, I want to say the yellows, because they seem to be the small size sleeves. So for those of us that want a sleeve, that's where I would go. Let's toss these on the ground. Okay, so these are, again, the boss spawn cards, if we're looking at the backs. And then event cards are all part of this deck. And you've also got difficulty setup cards, which is great. These are reference cards for each of the players. And then swarm stats. So let's have a look at what it shows on the opposite side here. Here you've got the shooter cards, runners, bitter cards. So again, the stats for quote-unquote the minions. Then you've got the phases. So these are great cheat cards. And I think that's fantastic, especially in a real-time game. You want to be able to have that. But again, the font, just really small. And these are standard size cards, so considering that there was a lot more room, again, here's another prime example of just how small this font is. Again, some of the effect cards. And again, some of the scenarios all clear. You want to pull these out when, again, this is part of the randomization, and then you've got the bosses. That would show there. So again, I think the artwork is great, but the font is quite small and bolded. So they could have done a better job with that. And then last but not least, here's another little piece that's part of this. Let's just see what this is exactly. Oh, that's nice. They actually put in a timer. Sorry, here's my cat. Dewey, get down. So it's great for a real-time game. Most of us have a tablet or phone that we can always utilize, but it's nice that they put that little bit of an extra add-on that there's a separate timer just to be able to do this game in real time, which is fantastic. Again, nice little extra touch. Not the highest of quality, but nice that it's actually in there. Invader is included, which you can't go wrong. So let's see it. What's the next item here? We'll grab the bigger of the boxes here. So the next one is the Terran Box. Okay, and so sorry, we're just gonna put these cards away here. And so again, let's take a peek at all sides. Nice, good details. Okay, and let's take the shrink off. Okay. Oops. It's always exciting to unbox a CMON game because, again, they can have a bit of Kickstarter glut, but normally the games are quite good, and especially when they're republishing. You know that this is something that's going to be exciting, but again, you have to like real-time games. So again, the Terran Box, just to put that in perspective here. And again, first set of little cards. Let's just take a quick peek here. Just part of the expansion. These are what are called Watchtower items, is what it shows here. And then another set. This must be for some of the minis inside and for the expansion. And you can already tell. These are boss spawn cards, so these should be quite exciting. Again, sorry for the glare. Again, the artwork is pretty solid, but that font, I think it's great that the game icons are pretty clear, but that font at the top, a little bit difficult to see. Rule, so some of the rule changes specifically, so it's just a little one-pager. And then some of the setups on what to do, and specifically for the rules within the expansion. Now let's crack open what's the boards and the punch cards in this one. Okay. Okay, so first the player boards. Now I should have checked on the previous board, but these are actually double-sided, I believe, which is fantastic. So I'll actually show both sides, which means that you know, you got double the availability of scenarios. So sorry, we'll turn this around here so that people can see. And again, here's the first side, which is quite nice. Again, just making 6 panels, and we'll flip it around here. And again, whoops, there we go. So really nice big boards. It'll fit no problem to play on a 5x3 table, which is nice. Make sure that you just have the room to do so. And sorry, just going to switch some stuff on the lenses here. So again, let's take a look at some of the punch boards. These, you can already tell they punch extremely easily. So they're firm in there, but I don't think, yeah, as you can see, it's a clean cut, which is always nice. And more of the punch boards. These are for the character sheets. And I'll just highlight out of these character sheets just so you can see here. These are made to punch out so that I'm assuming with the cubes, you can load these up to mark your indicators and pieces like that, which is great. Okay, and within that, let's take a peek at the Terran Box minis. And again, they've done the same thing on the Terran Box to be able to add room for the actual punch cards, which is again great. You know, so again, they've displayed on how to put all the minis back, what it should look like, what goes into this box, which is fantastic. And let's have a look at the actual minis. Mini goodness. Okay. So again, it's a double tray. Just take. Oh, this one's not taped. Okay. So let's take a peek at what's actually in here. Okay, so there we go. That's tray number 1. And tray number 2 is actually really all for the filling up the pieces. I'm assuming this is for some of the other expansions that are available or add-ons. And again, room to put some of the cardboard. Room to put some of the cardboard that can actually go there. We've also got a bag. Okay, so within this, here's again the minis. So here you've got towers. Let's just pull this right up, and the camera should hopefully pick it up. Again, great quality. This is it is hollow. I don't want people to think that this is full plastic, but it's great. Good quality again, as always. Got 6 of these guys. And let's see if we can't get the camera to pick it up. Perfect. So again, these are little minion markers, I'm thinking. I remember the game well enough. And now here you've got 3 versions of the eggs. Try to see if I can hold all 3 in one shot. Really good quality. 1, 2, 3. Just adds to that theme. And again, some of the character minis. Let's have a look here. Whoops. There we go. Just wonderful detail. Okay. These characters are all different, so I'm going to pull them all up separately here. Just fantastic. Okay, and next one. And these are characters that you can be in the game, not just for the add-ons. And next one right here. Oops, there we go. Yeah, just really good quality. And again, huge improvement over the first edition. But would you really expect anything less from CMON? Not with Eric Lang, the great Canadian at CMON, at the helm of game design now. Yeah, just really great quality here. Oh, this one's pretty neat. Dulgun. I gotta pull up his stats after this. Just a very interesting character. Don't see that often in a minis game, let alone in a real-time game. Yeah, just really cool. Okay, so this one there are 6 of. So I'm just going to show the one. Oops. There we go. These are part of those little minion ones that are part of this expansion. Again, 6 additional of these. And 6 additional of these. Yeah, just really nice minis again. And let's look at some of the bosses. Now this is the biggest boss in the box. He's just huge. Now he does feel solid. Maybe he's a bit hollow on the inside, but he is a very, very big mini. Takes up a good chunk in the box. And here's another one. Yeah, the detail is really, really good. Yeah, I look forward to playing this again. I played again and I have the first edition, but it's been a long time since I last played, waiting for this expansion or edition. And now that it's here, I'm pretty sure we'll be playing this over the weekend with the gaming group. Yeah, this like mech monster, which is just fantastic. This one again feels also solid, like there's no hollowing of the mini. So this one's a little bit harder to put in. 3 more on this particular set. Look at that, just great. Okay. And second last, there we go. And last one out of this particular expansion. And just really good quality. Okay. Perfect. So that is the Project Elite Terran Box. And again, would have been part of anybody who did the Terran Pledge. So let's see what else is on the inside here. Okay, we'll just push this over. Okay, so the next one is Alien Rescue Extras, or Alienship Rescue Extras. So let's take a peek inside here. Box was half open there. Whoops. Upside down. Let's see what's inside here. Okay, so there's some cardboard. Looks like some additional rules as well. So in here, you've got Contagion Campaign. So this is for a specific campaign. Components that are inside. Some of the special rules specifically for this. And again, some of the steps. So Contagion behind enemy lines. So this is really specific for a scenario. You've got some additional characters right here that I'm assuming could transfer to the other parts of the game, which is great. And you've got some additional search cards. Again, just to put these in perspective. What's on here? So again, additional items, more variety to the game. This is for a new boss, specifically within here. I'm not going to open it because it's just the one card, but it's a Devourer. And that's the actual Devourer figurine. So let's just bring this up a bit closer to the camera. There we go. He's a scary looking guy. Hopefully he picks up all the details here. Again, would be great. Anybody who knows how to paint this type of stuff, this would be a very cool boss to have. Again, some additional, again, the characters that are added as part of this expansion or add-on. And last one from here. So very cool miniatures. There we go. Okay, so again, that was the Alienship Rescue Extras. So let's put this to the side here. Let's see, what else is in there? Okay, got a few more. I'm just going to try to grab these all in one shot. Because there's still quite a few, a lot more than I thought. Wow. Okay, so let's just start from the top. I'm going to run out of table room soon, I think. Okay, so what's this? This is ammo pack. What's inside the ammo pack? Okay, so that's it. So you've got here more search cards. I'm not going to go through each one here. And then on the inside here, okay, it's a big baggie. You've got specific the components, so crate tokens, grenade equipment, so special rules for these additional items that could be, I'm assuming, added to any of the campaigns. And again, really just a set of punch. So that one's a little bit disappointing. Whoops, I had it upside down here. I would have thought, especially as a standalone, to create this packaging, I can't remember what the price was, but even if this is $5 or $10, like it's pretty much just a punch card and a few cards. So I hope, you know, this might have been a little bit pricey compared to what you actually got, but I don't remember what I paid for this as an add-on. You know, on the custom sheet they say $4, so I'm assuming it's probably even more, but that one's a little bit disappointing in all honesty in what you actually got in that regard. So next item, okay, the Rook Team Extras. So let's see what's inside of here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, looks like one mini, and it's really the character punch and the actual mini itself. So for those of you that want to see the miniature, let me just bring that up. There we go. And this one's called Castillo. Again, cool miniature. Again, just it really is just the one figurine and the one punch. So a little bit of, again, lots of packaging for very little. But I would think is still more expensive to produce than the previous package that we just saw. Okay, next one, the actual Rook team. Take a peek at the back here. Okay, and let's take it open. Okay. Open this up. And there we go. Okay, so again, you've got, this is just a one or two-sided sheet. So you've got the extra rules, the team pack, what's the contents on the inside, and then let's take a peek. So here, it looks like mostly punch, and these seem to be mostly for the figurines themselves. So let's take a quick peek. Caitlin, Nils, Jake, KG, and Lily. So here again, you've got some additional. Now these ones are called Swarm Spawn, so it's a different kind of card. Let's take a quick peek at what exactly are these cards and how are they different. Okay. So here you've got Enraged. So it must be something specifically to this add-on because these are all enraged cards. They're slightly different with each one, but they're all enraged cards. And then the rest are the dice and the minis. So let's take a peek at what's inside. I don't know if it, yep, it's taped up. So let's just take the tape off here. My apologies. Okay. Okay, and let's take a peek at the minis. There we go. And So within that, there's just a spacer for the dice, which is cool. Dice are pretty neat, good quality, just like the other ones. But let's look at the minis. Okay, here's the first one. And again, these are characters that can be utilized in the game. Fantastic quality. As always. And again. And I don't know if you noticed, but in the plastic trays, I'm just going to pull this up after we look at this mini here. They're actually indented so that if you're trying to identify which card goes with which mini, I'm not sure even if the camera will pick it up, but they're numbered on the bottom so that you can match the mini to the actual card that you are pulling, which is great, just because if you have a lot of minis or you've got some on the table and you're trying to remember which one goes where, that's definitely going to help. So again, just fantastic quality. And there we go. 2 more minis to show in this pack. Yeah. Almost looks like a dwarf with a monster gun. It's just great. And then here you've got, almost looks like a mech samurai, which is fantastic. Just the theming is cool. If you like sci-fi, battles in space, just nice stuff. And there we go. Okay, so again, that was the Rook team pack. And we'll just put this back in the box because we are running out of room. Lots of stuff in this Kickstarter. So the next one is Alienship Rescue. Take another side at the back here. And there we go. Let's take this one open here. Okay. And let's take the lid off. Okay, so first in the box, baggie, which looks like to be the rules. Now this is an expansion, not just straight add-ons. And again, this one obviously is a little bit more in depth, tells you what's inside. Smaller rulebook, but easy to read. Nice and clear. Which is really good. And I'm hoping, like always, they put, oh no, it's just credit. So no player reference on this particular book. That's okay, it's on the main game. One of the boards, it is double-sided, and some additional punch boards. Let's take a peek at this here before we look at the cards and the minis. Okay. Whoops, sorry about that. Okay, so with that again, some of the player boards. Okay, and now these ones are punches. Again, it looks like to be good quality punch, very easy to take out, which is always fantastic. And if I look at the other side, and then more of the level boards. It's good that they put it right in the middle, just helps protecting it from being punched during shipping and packaging. And the last board, which is great. Again, great add-ons and options with this particular expansion. Okay, and then here again you've got some additional cards. These are Swarm Spawn cards. And again, toss that. And so these are all Swarm Spawn cards, but there are some of these that are search cards. So there's a few search, but there are most mostly swarm spawn. And so again, you can tell the difference just by the kind. So these are metapack items, and then these are all the spawn cards. And they relate to the flyer. So these are additional minions that might appear during the game. And then here are the stats cards, and I'm assuming also the boss cards. A Belcher. And then again the flyers, which is great. And a peek at the minis. Now I'm hoping they still added, like the other boxes, some room to be able to put the cards inside. But we shall see. So again, this is the Alienship Rescue expansion. And there we go. So all the minis. And it's great. They did put spots for the punches, which is great. And so first, there seems to be 15 of these. Oops, there we go. And these are the flyers. Nice, good quality. Again, would love to be able to. So there's actually three flyers on each of these that are connected together, which is great. And then the bosses. Again, very cool. That would be hard to paint though. But if you had the skill, this one would look very, very cool. Again, very interesting sci-fi characters here for bosses. I really can't wait to play this and try this out with our gaming group. Again, this is a real-time game. So you know that the game, no matter what, will not last longer than 1 hour, because most of the missions are based upon that, except for setup time, obviously. So I'd probably add a 15-20 minute setup time for each gaming session. But again, that was the Alienship Rescue pack. I'm just going to slide these back in here. And more because I'm running out of room, so I got to put some of these back somewhat to back in the box as I keep unboxing and taking up table space. Okay. And that's not too bad to put things back in. Okay. And sorry about that. Next one is Deathmaw Valley, which is very interesting. Again, what's on the back here? Sorry, I'm just covering the Project Elite logo. Some of the sides here. And let's see what's on the inside in real time. Okay. So, first inside the box, as you can see, we've got more cards. And these are event cards, and I'm assuming some of the monsters or bosses. Now, that looks like to be a boss card. Yeah, these are all, the first two for sure are Deathmaw cards. And I think there's a card for each of the body parts. So I'm assuming there's a very large mini in here, which will be pretty cool, because there's a card for each segment of him. And then these are, again, event cards specifically to this monster, which is cool. That'll definitely add a nice little twist to the game. Now these, again, are going to be search cards and Deathmaw activation cards. So I'm assuming that's going to dictate how the monster reacts on the game, and sort of indicates what it's attacking with, because it's a real-time game. And so all the ways that it can attack: big attacks, head attacks, side attacks, and then these are additional items: laser turrets, flamethrowers, missile turrets, charge lance. Very cool stuff that are all in here. Then you've got the expansion rules. Again, what's included in here: And it looks like the Deathmaw is actually a multi-piece figurine, which is pretty cool actually, because it's a big worm. Almost makes me think of, for those of you that might have seen Tremors, that good old B-movie classic. Always a good popcorn fest. Okay, so now let's see also what's in here. So this is the punch board. And it's also the game board for this particular level or expansion. Oops. Just help break the plastic here. There we go. Okay, so in here we've got, again, punch, which is pretty cool. They all seem to punch quite easily. Yep, they do, if you see that. And they punch clean, always important. And then you've got the actual game board. So it's double-sided. Oh, actually, no, yeah, it is double-sided, but it's all one big row. So I need a long table for this one. I'm going to try to scrunch it so I can fit it all on the lens. But you can see here, it is a 4-panel board. So that's one side, that's the other side, and then make sure that we can see all of it here. Oops, there we go. As you can tell, it is a very long board, so that one you'll need a little bit of extra table room. Wasn't expecting that. And then, let's take a peek at the minis. Now I hope that after you assembled this and painted it, that you could actually leave it in the box assembled. So it'll be interesting once we pop this open here. Sorry, it's getting caught on the wrapping of the box. That's a bit disappointing, just to show you what was making it difficult to pop this open here. It's, let me just see here. So they could have done a bit better job here. It cut the paper on this side here, flipped up because it wasn't glued right. So I'll have to fix that afterwards. Not the worst thing in the world, and it is on the inside, but sort of sucks that they got snagged right away. So again, the Deathmaw Valley expansion. Yeah, so it looks like you do have to assemble it every time. So here's again the minis. Now it's cool that they've actually got the weapons here. Oops, now it looks like one of the minis damaged. No, these are tokens. So there's 3 of them actually. And now let's just see where the third one went. Because I don't see it. Are we missing a piece? Well. I think we might be missing a piece. Oh, no, there it is. Ha ha ha. It was actually just hidden right underneath there. Okay, so great job. Come on. So now let's look at the actual individual items. Now, I think it's pretty cool when we saw some of those item cards. They've actually made minis for these. We'll have a great tabletop presence. So there's 2 of that one. There's also 2 of this one. Those lance shooters. Now these are the mines. I'll try to capture these as best as I can. Double-sided. Just great detail. Again, nicer than token components or cardboard components. That's just great. Next one here. Very cool. And rocket launchers. Just very cool minis. Detail is fantastic. Oops, the back of it. I can't remember if I showed the back. Okay, and now these are the pieces. So you can see here that they do connect. Now this is the head of the monster. I would be concerned, and you see here that that's a connector, so they all go to each piece here. And then you've got the body parts. So here's the tail, I'm assuming. Right? But it is disappointing that once this is assembled, it's not like it's a spot that you can just leave it attached. So it's almost, actually there's parts of me that even make you think of the human centipede, if you've seen that. So the other body parts are 6 of these, and connectors. Now I'm going to see if I can assemble it really quick here, just so that we can get it in perspective. Oh, yeah. They do pop in fairly easily. And I'm just wondering if there is going to be a way to put it in the box once it's all assembled, because it does look pretty cool. I just hope that it's not too difficult to take apart, if that's the case. So here is the Deathmaw. Now that is pretty freaking cool. This is it assembled. Very cool. Yeah, it's a little bit like either Tremors or Human Centipede. Maybe even a little bit of Dune if it was like 100 times the size. Cool that it's flexible like that. It really is like a Human Centipede, which is cool. And then just to see how easy it is to take apart, hopefully I don't break it when I do this. Because, yeah, okay, so it was very easy, you know, just a little bit of a firm pull. Didn't break or anything like that. It came apart, no problem. So cool. So that was Deathmaw Valley. I don't think there is a way to put it back in the box assembled, which is unfortunate, but otherwise very cool expansion. Just see here how I can put this away to a certain extent, since I don't want to spend the time to unassemble that whole thing all in one shot. So we're just going to move that over here. Okay, and let's see what else there is. Now, this is Deathmaw Valley Extras. So additional pieces for that expansion. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so we got a few pieces in here, not too huge amount. Okay, so first item, cracking this open, we have, again, player boards, which is pretty cool. Toss this baggie. And then some additional cards again. Now this is additional bosses, an additional segment. I guess you can change that, we'll have a quick peek. But it's actually a power-up for Deathmaw, and it's really to add the stinger tail, so I think that's why it's made to be posable. And so you've got this extra boss, or monster. Very cool. That one looks like one of the monsters from Starship Troopers, actually. And then here's the stinger tail, so that would be really cool as part of the Deathmaw figurine. And I'm assuming it would be harder with this since it's a poisonous tail. But very cool add-on. Whoever can paint that, I tell you, will have a lot of fun painting it, I think. Very unique figurine, or miniature. And last but not least for the Deathmaw expansion, or extras to the expansion. I'm thinking that those might be Kickstarter exclusives, which is always bittersweet, I think. For those of us that got it, great. I always hope that, you know, at the very least that they're available at conventions or purchased directly from their site, even if it's a limited quantity for a finite amount of time or a purchasing window. I just think it always sucks that not everybody buys Kickstarter, is comfortable with Kickstarter, so you want to make sure you have everybody have the chance to get them. And so this next one is the Aliens Ally Pack, or Alien Allies Pack. So let's see what's in this one. Okay. Nothing else in the box. And again, there we go. Punch boards for the character cards. And These are Alien Ally rules. So specific rules for these figurines, I'm assuming, or these characters. And again, how to use these particular cards or figurines. And then the 2 minis. So here's the first one. Again, very cool quality. Just nice overall. Sorry if you hear my dog in the background. And, oops. There we go. Okay. And then, putting this back in, we've only got one other expansion left. Okay, and that one is everything else is opened? Yep. So last but not least, as part of this all-in, is the Invader crossover pack. So, again, let's have a quick look at what's inside here. Okay, so this is the Zombicide Invader crossover pack. Again, the Project Elite components. The crossover pack allows players to use survivors, machines, and some zombies from Zombicide Invader and Black Ops in Project Elite, which is really cool. It gives you, for those of you that might have picked up those previous CMON or CMON games, allows some extra variety to the game. So again, 12 survivor cards, abominations, just adds that little extra. But you do need the minis from those games, so it's just the cardboards or the separate rules or figurines. I guess you could always print or use cardboard tokens to represent, but... And so again, abomination characters, Juggernaut, workers, hunters, and tanks. Which is nice. And okay, sorry, I might have misread that. This might be that you can use some of these characters from Project Elite in the Zombicide games. So again, regardless, it's great add-ons. So they've created and gone out of their way to allow additional characters to be played, which is fantastic. Okay. And again, some of the items specifically to be able to utilize, and some of these monsters that you can then add to Zombicide, which is great. Right. Just separate rules. You can never have too much. Just when you thought it was bloated enough, why not bloat it more by providing additional variety? Separate rules, bring in the tanks. So it's cool. Just adds to that replayability, and you know, games are not as cheap as they once were. So it just adds to the replayability, which is always great to see companies do. And again, you've got all the separate punches. So got that first set, second one, and third for the 12 characters in total. Okay, and on the back it's just regular steel. And there we go. So that was Zombicide, or sorry, Project Elite 2.0 by CMON Games unboxing video. My name is Yannick Degg. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did like it. If you want to see more unboxings or really anything else that you like for me to talk about board games, please subscribe. Leave some comments on the below, and you know, let me know what did you like about this particular Project Elite. Maybe if you had the old version and you've upgraded, what are the differences that you really appreciated, or maybe not like so much that you wish that they would have kept. Put them down in the comments below, and again, give me a like. I thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Have a great one. Take care.